Alright guys, so as far as what you've seen in the thumbnail, this is basically what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be talking about how to fix your bad credit. I get a lot of people that always ask me how to fix their bad credit, and from what I've seen, I've always seen a pattern basically throughout this process of people that have bad credit. So what I want to do is narrow everything down to an X number of steps that you need to take to get your credit from bad to excellent. Alright, so let's just get straight into it. Let's break it down. Alright, so let's get straight into it. Make sure you write these steps down. Alright, let's dive in. Alright, so step number one, we're going to start with getting your credit report. I know this seems very basic, but you'd be surprised about how many people really don't know about getting your credit report, because there's this myth that's been going around for years at a time, probably longer than I've been living, that if you check your credit report, that somehow, some way, that's going to affect your credit. And I'm here to tell you that's a myth. Please stop thinking that. It's not true. It's not true at all. There are a few places that you can go to get your credit report. The first one being annualcreditreport.com. They actually give you one free credit report per year. So you can see all of them across the boards, and you can actually see what's on your credit report and what's affecting it. Another place is where I went, Identity IQ. I still use them still to this day. The dope thing about them is you can actually get your credit report, the official credit report, for $1. Yes, $1, you heard me correctly. But the hack is you go to identityiq.com, and what you do is you type in all your information, and after that they're going to ask for a credit card. After they ask for the credit card, it's going to cost $1. It's the official one. You're going to get all three of them side by side. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and click OK. But the hack is, what you need to do is you need to go ahead and unsubscribe after you get your credit report, because if not, they're going to bill you every month. So there's a play right there. So like I stated in the beginning, you have to know what's on your credit report. I know that is a tough pill to swallow for some people, because a lot of people think that, and I was one of them, of course, if you don't know, then it doesn't affect you as much. That's a lie. You just got to rip the band-aid off. So I'd rather for you to get your credit report, your official credit report, not the thing that says on Credit Karma or anything like that, and actually see what's affecting you. So after that, you're going to actually start taking the process and actually taking the steps that you need, so you can go ahead and get everything cleared up, and you can have nothing but positives on your account, and you won't have anything holding you back. All right, so that's step one. All right, step number two, after you obtain your credit report, you need to go through it in the beginning. The beginning is going to show you your personal information. You need to check to make sure everything is correct. Your personal information, your name, your address, your phone number, any old addresses, your date of birth, social security number. The reason why you want to check this is because this is tied to you. So you want to make sure that everything is correct. You don't need to have any old addresses. You don't need to have any old phone numbers. You need to make sure your social security number is correct, your date of birth. The reason why is because you'll be surprised how many of those negative accounts are actually connected to incorrect information. And you got to remember, everything has to line up, because if it's not, then that means you have to what? Dispute it and remove it. So for example, what I mean by when I say sometimes incorrect information is tied to those negatives is, so I was helping somebody a long time ago, and they had a charge off on their account. And they said they couldn't get it off. They've been trying for the longest, and they didn't know how to get it off. So I asked them, I said, did you check to see if your personal information was correct? They stated no. Again, you want to make sure that your personal information is correct and it lines up with everything, because if there is any negative information, it's 9 times out of 10 connected to that incorrect information on your credit report. So with that being said, that's actually a play in itself. Let me explain. So what I mean by that is basically, if your name is incorrect on your credit report, then that means technically that's not you. It's you, but they have something incorrect. Everything has to correlate. Everything has to line up. So let's just say you have a charge off or anything on your account. You can use that incorrect information as leverage to state, this is not me. So if your name is Pam, P-A-M, and they spell your name P-A-M-E for some odd reason, and they have that on your credit report, like P-A-M-E has a charge off of blah, 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 you'll be surprised once you change that information The credit bureaus have to go through your information and see, okay, well, PAME is not correct. PAME is, or PAM is connected to this incorrect information. So they're going to remove that. And if they don't, you can dispute that and you can say, all of this information here is not correct. This is not me. This is not how you spell my name. You'd be surprised how you just get things off just by this basic tactic alone. Now, disclaimer, I'm not saying that this will work each and every time, but I'm telling you, you are in a good space when something is incorrect, and you'd be surprised how you can get things taken off your credit report. All right, so check all your personal information. All right, so the next process is when you start disputing, please provide all the information that is needed. Listen to me carefully. So when it's time to start disputing, you have to send this information with your dispute letter: proof of residency, driver's license, social security number. Any of these will suffice. The reason why is because you have to identify yourself when you're sending your information off to the credit bureau. Again, remember in the beginning, your information could be incorrect. So they have to make sure that that's you, because they're not fond of credit agencies trying to clean your credit. So what they have to do is they have to make sure that they know it's you. It's not somebody else trying to get something off your credit report. And also, the credit bureaus are very, very, very childish when it comes to certain things. So let's just say, for example, you're Pam, right? And you just send a dispute letter, say, hello, I'm Pam. I have a late payment on my account and it needs to be removed for this law, blah, 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 blah. That machine, or those people that's reading that actual dispute letter, is saying, we don't know if this is Pam. What? No. So what they're going to do is they're going to put it in this pile of, no, we validated that. All right, let me look at the next one. So now you just wasted 30 days and now you have to do it again. So please, when you send your dispute letters, please send proof of identity so it can save you a headache and you can continue to move forward with this process of getting things disputed off your credit report. All right, number 4, if you have any major balances with these institutions, such as credit cards, loans, etc., you need to create a payment plan. You got to remember, when it comes to your credit profile, utilization is a big factor. It's right up under payment history. So with that being said, if you have a 90% utilization with a credit card, a loan, anything of that nature, that is going to set you back, because you need to have your utilization between 1 and 4%. Does that make sense? I know people have always told you, oh, 30% is the golden spot. There's nothing golden about that. Nothing golden at all. So what I'm saying is, make sure that you create a payment plan with these institutions so you can get things paid down, so you can put yourself in a better position. Or what you can do is you can try to go to these institutions and you can ask them about a debt consolidation loan. If you don't know what that is, a debt consolidation loan is basically a loan where they take all of your debt from wherever it is, they pay it off, and what you do is you just pay one loan. So if you have 400 here, 400 here, 1,000 here, 1,000 there, 1,000 there, 1,000 there, they'll 9 times out of 10 approve you for this loan of however X amount it is in total, and they will pay everything off, and they say, hey, you just pay us a flat rate every month. Then that actually looks better on your credit report instead of having a high utilization. I know, I definitely know Navy Federal Credit Union has debt consolidation loans, and also check around, because there are a lot of debt consolidation programs that can help you to get in a better position so you can get your debt actually in control. Because once you get your utilization down, I'm telling you, it's a snowball effect after that. Everything is gonna become easier after you get your utilization. All right, and the next one, number 5, you can do the pay for deletion accounts that are closed. So if you have an account that's closed on your credit report and it's still connected to that original creditor, what you can do is you can have a pay for deletion. You can call them up or send a letter, or in my opinion, do both. And you can tell them, hey, I'm trying to get this removed from my credit report. Can we do a pay for deletion, a goodwill letter, or anything of that nature that can actually to help me progress, because this is holding me back from my financial future. So 9 times out of 10, you can come to some type of an agreement. So now what you can do is, instead of paying, oh, you paid blah, 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 you can pay $200, you can pay $300 or something of that nature, so you can get those accounts deleted off your account. Because you'll be surprised how many of these people will work with you. Let's just say it's not with the original creditor and it's a secondary agency. 9 times out of 10, you can really just do a pay for deletion with them, because they're just trying to collect any type of money they can from you, because they bought that debt pennies on the dollar and they just want to get some type of return. Does that make sense? All right, and the next one's a little controversial, but it does work in some cases. Sometimes it won't, but I just wanted to put it on here. The next one is getting credit limit increases on your credit cards instead of getting new credit cards. Now, if you're in a bad spot and you're trying to help your utilization, this will definitely work. So if you have a $10,000 credit limit and you're at $9,999, you can ask for a credit limit increase, and let's say it goes to, and I'm just throwing a number out there, $20,000. Now your utilization went from 90% to 20%. Does that make sense? Now, a lot of institutions won't do that if you're already super high on your utilization and your limit, but a lot of times it will make things easier for you because, like I said in the beginning, it's all about utilization. You have to get that low. So again, try to get a credit limit increase or try to do a payment plan. Please do not try to get new credit cards. That's not going to help the case at all. You have to take care of your old problems before you move on. Does that make sense? And again, as I stated in the beginning, keeping your utilization low. 30% is not good. Between 1 and 4% is always the best. There's not one person that has exceptional credit that keeps their utilization at 30%. If they do, I promise you next month it's not going to be like that. Everything is between the 1 and 4%. So if you have $1,000 credit limit, it doesn't matter what you do throughout that month. If you hit $1,000, make sure by that due date you should have not even $10 on that credit card. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? So just make sure that you stay diligent and militant on your utilization. Don't miss another payment. Make everything on time. If you need to, turn on auto pay. People have this misconception that auto pay is going to mess up your money. No, if the money is already there, just let them automatically take it out. I promise you, that is going to help you 1,000%, because when we have so many things that we have to pay throughout the month. Oh, this is on the 14th. Oh, this is on the 30th. Oh, this is on the 20th. I have to keep all this in my head. No, you don't. You have Siri, you have auto pay, you can write things down. You can put things on your calendar digitally, or in a lot of cases, what you can do is you can call up these institutions and ask them to change your due date where you have everything on one day. So basically what I'm trying to say is do not miss a payment, because a late payment is going to mess up 35% of your credit score, because that is extremely large and extremely difficult to get off of your credit report. All right. So don't miss another payment, and make sure you dispute the late payments that you have on your credit report. I know this sounds like a lot, but I promise you it's not hard. Just go one by one, and I promise you will start seeing a change in your credit report. Again, it just takes consistency, and it takes persistence and patience. You gotta make sure that you have that when it comes to this. This isn't an overnight thing when it comes to certain situations on your credit report. And if you need any help or any type of letters, drop them in the comment section of what you need. Late payments, charge-offs, anything of that nature. And I'm gonna make sure that I email you an actual letter, not a template, a letter that you can send to the credit bureau, so you can start flourishing and you can start having a successful financial future. I want to thank you guys for stopping by, and until next time, ladies and gents.